So there's this huge trend going around right now. People are using AI to create these automated, faceless YouTube channels for kids. The promise? We're talking massive views, huge earnings, and you don't even have to show your face or know the first thing about animation. Let's break down how it works.
Okay, so let's just jump right in with the central claim from the source video, which is pretty wild. You know those videos your kids or maybe your nieces and nephews binge watch for hours? Well, they're part of this massive money-making ecosystem. And apparently it's happening on a huge scale right now.
So how much money are we really talking about here? To put a number on it, the source points to this one specific channel that's making animated kids content. And get this, based on their analysis, this single channel is estimated to be raking in close to $2 million a year. I mean, that's just a staggering amount of money, and it's pretty much all from ad revenue. Now, we got to be clear, right? These are third-party estimates, and this is like the absolute top of the top, not what a newcomer should expect.
Okay, so that's the big, shiny, multi-million-dollar promise. It sounds amazing, right? But it just begs the question, how? I mean, how on earth do you go from absolutely nothing to a fully animated video that can actually get views on YouTube? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down, step by step.
All right, so first up, let's talk about the big idea here. This whole faceless content thing. Basically, it's just what it sounds like, creating videos like these animated stories without ever having to get on camera yourself. And why is it supposedly so lucrative? Simple. Kids watch a lot of content, and on YouTube, more views just flat out means more money.
And that $2 million channel? Apparently, it's not some weird outlier. The source also points to another one called Fairy Tales and Stories for Kids. And that one's estimated to be pulling in over $500,000 a year doing basically the same thing. So yeah, these aren't small-time operations. But, you know, it's also a super competitive world out there, and numbers like these, they usually come after thousands of videos and a healthy dose of getting lucky with the YouTube algorithm.
Okay, now for the fun part. Let's dig into how it's actually done. You might think it starts with some crazy complex animation software, right? Nope. It all starts with a simple text prompt. The very first step is using an AI like ChatGPT to come up with a story idea itself.
And here's the key, it's all about targeting. You don't just go to the AI and say, give me a kid's story. The whole method is about getting super specific. You can ask the AI for ideas made just for a particular age group, like 4 to 7-year-olds. That way, you're making sure the story is going to land just right with the audience you're trying to reach.
And check this out. This is a perfect example of how simple the prompt can be. This is the exact prompt from the source. You don't have to be some kind of professional writer. You just ask a clear question. The AI then spits out a whole list of cool, unique topics, like the one they used in their example, a story about a whale with a wobbly tail. Simple as that.
All right, story idea? Check. Now it's time for step 2, actually making the video. And this is where you hit a fork in the road. The source lays out 2 different paths you can take, the manual way or the fully automated way.
So the manual way, honestly, it sounds like a bit of a headache. You're juggling all these different tools, one for the characters, one for the animation, another for the voiceover. Then you have to stitch it all together. It could take hours. But the automated way, totally different story. You use one single AI platform that does everything, all from that one little text prompt.
So here's how that automated method actually works. It's kind of wild. First, you just paste in your story idea, then the AI just goes. It generates a whole video. We're talking scenes, voiceover, even music. After that, you can tweak it with simple text commands like, hey, change this to Spanish, and when you're happy, you just download it. The whole thing can be done in minutes. But, the big question is, can something that's so quick to make really have enough soul or originality to build a real audience that sticks around?
Of course, a tool this powerful, it's not going to be free. Which brings us to the price tag. What's the actual investment you need to make for this kind of automation?
So why the cost? Well, according to the source, the justification is that this thing is new and powerful. The fact that an AI can generate totally unique video clips from scratch, not just pull from a library of stock footage, that's described as a brand new thing. It's not something you can find everywhere, so it gives the first people who use it a real edge.
So, let's cut to the chase. What's the number? The specific plan they talk about in the source, the one that lets you do all this crazy AI video generation. It's $96 a month. So yeah, that's the price of admission for turning a simple sentence into a fully finished animated video.
Okay, so you've made your video.
But you're not done yet. Making the video is the main part, but now we got to get it out there. Let's look at the final steps to actually get this thing live on a channel.
It really boils down to 3 key things. First, you've got to make a thumbnail that grabs people's attention. Second, you upload the video to a brand new channel you've set up just for this. And third, here's what the source calls a growth hack. You take your main video, chop it up into little bite-sized clips, and post those as YouTube Shorts to get more eyes on your stuff. It's a smart tactic, for sure, but it also means a lot of people are doing it, which is kind of flooding YouTube with very similar content.
And I gotta emphasize this next point, because the source is super clear about it. The thumbnail is not an afterthought. I mean, think about it. In that endless sea of videos on YouTube, a great thumbnail is the only thing that's gonna make someone click on yours instead of someone else's.
And the way they recommend you make it, it perfectly sums up the whole philosophy here. Maximum efficiency. You don't need to be a graphic designer, you don't need Photoshop. The technique is literally just this. Play your video, find the cutest or most exciting looking part, and take a screenshot. That's it. That's your thumbnail. Done.
Okay, so we've gone through the whole playbook, right? From the first idea all the way to uploading it. But what does it all mean? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture, because this isn't just a one-off trick. It's part of a much bigger change in how we make stuff for the internet.
This whole strategy has a name. It's called YouTube automation. And it's basically a business model where you create systems to make content so you, the channel owner, have to do as little hands-on work as possible. People have been doing this for a while, but AI is like pouring gasoline on the fire. It's supercharging the whole thing and taking it to a completely new level.
And that really brings us to our final question here. Think about it. This whole process basically vaporizes the old barriers. You don't need to be an animator, an editor, or a voice actor anymore. So if the how of making a video becomes instant and easy for everyone, what's the new skill that actually matters? When YouTube is flooded with AI content, maybe the most valuable skill isn't making the video, but knowing what video to make and why anyone should bother to watch it. You know, what story do you tell? Who are you telling it to, and why should they care? That's the real question, isn't it?